I want you, the listener. Yes, I want you, the listener, to press the like button, the subscribe button, but more importantly, comments. Comments that you liked or disliked the topic discussed. What would you like discussed? Because you, the listener, are who is important to me so that I can provide the value that you want and need.
Joel,
Yes, Ray.
we have joked before about AI not cleaning a toilet. Can't tie a knot on a trash can bag.
Oh, I can. And I tuck it too.
You're an AI?
I can't do it in AI, but I do it in real life.
What we're really talking about here is how AI helps to grow small cleaning companies. Most business owners are looking at how do I use this?
Yes.
And most of them are stuck at, I don't know enough and I don't know how. So they stop there.
Yes.
But we have been developing a platform with an AI provider tailored specifically for growing cleaning companies.
Absolutely.
Tell our listeners about that.
Well, there's a lot of things that we can do with it. There's a base platform, but you can add other things as you grow. One of the things is companies that don't have a lot of leads coming in. Their phone's not ringing and they have to do a push out. You can add a CRM to it.
Okay.
It can scrape the internet for the information that you need to get the right name, the right email, the right phone number based on the parameters that you set in, and then create a drip email campaign on those companies that you have deemed as ideal customers. Mm-hmm. So that's one way that you can grow with AI.
So it can work within your territory, within your geography.
Correct.
Okay, so they're working on prospecting for sales.
Yes.
Okay.
So part of it is doing that for you. Because once a prospect is ripe, then you call them. It's no longer a cold call. But we've joked about it. We've done a miniature training within our own B&I group about the 800-pound phone.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, most people today don't want to pick up a phone and talk to a human being.
Joel, the number of times I've heard people say, well, I'd be more than happy to talk to someone who wants to use my services if they called me. Prospects don't call you.
Prospects don't call. So this CRM is going to help identify when they are ripe to make that phone call. Yeah. And they are going to know your company name, the services that you provide. It's going to tell you why you need to call John or Jane Doe at ABC Company in any town, USA, based on the pages that they're looking at your website.
Now, the other component about this that I find so exciting for small cleaning companies is not the elimination of jobs. Regardless of how that company grows, at some point, you're going to need actual personal managers. But in that leapfrog in between, when you can't, or you only have one and you have more locations than that manager could ever possibly get to.
Yeah, because the rule of thumb years ago was for every $250,000 that you have in business, you should have basically the equivalent of what's called an area manager, someone who manages an area with all the accounts within it. Now, you read other books on management and it says that most people can only handle 5 direct reports. Well, again, when you think of that in theory, that's 100% correct, particularly when it's spread out over a geographical location. It could be 20 minutes, 30, 45 minutes from end to end, depending, if you're more of a rural janitorial service, or if you're, let's say Los Angeles, maybe a 10-minute drive. Mm-hmm. In greater LA, Chicago, or New York City, it's going to be different. You might have an area manager per building. So because of how this program is set up, you can pay your staff a little bit more because a lot of it is self-directed because there's a lot of back-end stuff that's put into it. It's this location at this address, and here's the job routine, and here's the 35, the 55, the 65 tasks that have to be done in a checklist, and it's performed so that they go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to whatever the end is. And some locations, it's going to say, this client's going to complain because this door doesn't get locked. So you take a picture that door has been locked, and then in a video, and show that you're trying to open and close a door. That door's locked. Okay, it's been locked for the evening.
Part of completing that routine is that function of either a video or photo to show that's been done.
Correct. And they can't go on to the next task till they've taken that photo or video. And they can't upload it from their camera roll. So it has to be live action through the platform, nothing being brought into it, so that you know that it's the date, the time, and the geolocator. They are basically reporting on their own work throughout the course of the evening. Mm-hmm. So you don't necessarily need to have a manager following behind them. But what that allows you to do is you can grow as a company. And maybe now, instead of every $250,000 in business, now you need one manager for every $500,000 of business.
That's huge.
You still need someone to put eyes on it because another component is an inspection process.
Joel, I look at that as an opportunity for small companies who are working so hard to grow. Some of the hardest working people I know are in your industry.
And I would say a vast majority of them are not only hardworking, they're very honest and want to do a good job, because most people don't want to come to work to do a bad job.
Yeah.
Even within the platform, the way that I have it developed with the provider, there's training opportunities. If someone has forgotten how to clean a toilet, there's a video they can upload and not only have the standard operating procedure. Now, it doesn't come with those. I have a platform where you can buy these from me. They're already all there. And then a training video that's going to show them how to clean the toilet, so that if they've completely have forgotten how to do it, or they've gotten a complaint from the client that, oh, the toilet's not clean, they can look at both the standard operating procedure and the mini video that's on there to see what are they doing wrong. So there's a training component that's built in as well.
But wait, there's more.
So it allows them to even drop down and see the safety data sheets and the personal protective equipment they have to have. And not everybody speaks English. So currently we have it in two forms of English and Spanish. And as we have had more people in different language speaking, we have provided different SOPs in other languages as we need fit for our company. I'm not going to waste time and energy on doing that right now. It's there.
But that's very exciting. So folks, you will find the links in the description below. This platform allows smaller companies to start planning and acting like larger companies.
Absolutely. And that's what clients want. They want a small company to be big.
Thank you, Joel.
You're welcome.